Hello and welcome to Ferris Sports Update. I'm your host, Rob Bentley, and thanks for tuning in. On today's show, we'll recap a big homecoming win for the Ferris State football team. We'll talk with retiring athletic director Perk Weisenberger, and we'll check in with Bulldog volleyball with a pair of big West Michigan wins at home this past weekend. We'll start first, though, with Bulldog football and joined by head coach Tony Annese. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks for having me.
Got to be pleased with the results of the homecoming game this past Saturday. Missing a lot of guys due to injuries, but certainly got a big win, 38-0 over Davenport.
Yeah, a lot of good things happened Saturday. First off, if you people don't notice, like, the environment that we have, it's pretty special. So from tailgating to a packed house, I think that's 3 packed houses in a row. So it's cool. We don't play now home, I think, until October 30th. So keep that energy going, students, because it's been really special. And so it feels great to play in front of our home crowd. And then, to have a shutout. Our defense played great, minimized big plays by them. And then, to manage things, from a penalty perspective and a turnover perspective, 0 turnovers and minimal penalties. It was nice to have a game where I didn't feel like I was about ready to pass out. So that was good. That was good.
Obviously, you were coming off a close overtime win over Saginaw Valley. How important was that week of practice leading up to Saturday's game?
Well, it's just, just attention to detail. We did a good job handling the ball in the Findlay game and the Ashland game. And in the Saginaw Valley game, we had 3 turnovers on special teams: punt return, fumble, kick return, fumble, snap over the punter's head, and then, a couple of interceptions and a few more fumbles from guys that really don't fumble that much. So that's just a mental thing, to stay focused and not to say we had bad practices before the Saginaw game, because I thought we practiced well. Our guys practice hard all the time, but it's just attention to detail, and I was pleased with our attention to detail on Saturday.
As we go to some of the highlights of Saturday's homecoming game, obviously homecoming always brings back a lot of alums and especially a lot of the former football players.
Yeah, it's hard for me to see them. I see you in a picture with Lampman, and I'm like, dang, I didn't even get a chance to see Jake. But it's awesome to see all these guys back, and look at the environment there. People were just commenting on the tailgating and just the great fun that our students and alums are having before the game. So that's great to see.
Obviously, here Davenport will get the football first. Defense came out, played well from the start, and really limited Davenport less than 170 total yards for the game.
Yeah, we got to play him again, and Spark will come up with some stuff, I'm sure. But he's a little bit, frustrated with their, offensive capacity right now. But I'm sure he'll fix it. They do really nice things, and he'll get them going.
Obviously, Malik Mitchell got the start at quarterback. Nice throw right here as he got the game started and played well.
Yeah, that's our first play of the game, and he did really had a nice touch on that ball. But we're trying to be as wide open as we can be, getting the ball. Marcus Taylor, I think, leads the conference in all-purpose yards. We got the ball to him a lot. Here's a great play by C.J. Jefferson on a 3rd down play. So we're trying to spread the ball around. Malik's really a good, quarterback at getting the ball out quick, and multiple spots in regards to where it's released. But he does a really nice job with that. Here, this is a huge 4th down reception. Tyrese Hunt-Thompson, who had a great game, and Cy Barnett's absence.
How important was it to have some of those guys step up as we see Marvin Campbell get the first score of the game here late in the second quarter? Some of those guys that stepped into new roles.
It's huge. It just keeps on happening here. We lose a good receiver, and we gang. Somebody rolls in there, and everybody's like, who is that kid? And so Cy did the same thing when Malik Taylor got hurt, and here's Tyrese scoring a touchdown. He had 2 for the day, but so it's just next man up mentality, and we've got depth, and we've been really good at that.
How important was that score right before halftime to make it a 2-score game?
It's huge. I knew it was going to be somewhat of a grind offensively, just to hit our stride, get comfortable with what they're giving us on defense. AJ does a great job with their defensive scheme. The defensive coordinator there at Davenport, who's a football alum, and so he does a great job, and we just finally got going here. But there's another great play by Tyrese, and here, great to see we get Brandon Childress in the end zone, and he's been a guy that we really had a lot of confidence in, but he, we just haven't been able to get him the ball, and so we're pleased to get him in there and make some plays.
Obviously, here at quarterback Evan Cummins, two quarterbacks, both really did a nice job of moving the offense in the second half.
Yeah, that's against a pressure scheme, and he finds Xavier, and Xavier does good things with yards after catch, and so, yeah, very, very good execution by a quarterback. Here's a reverse that it wasn't perfect in the middle, but, giving the ball to Marv into the boundary and flipping it to Tyrese back to the field, it obviously worked.
Able to work a lot of different guys into the rotation. You mentioned spreading the ball around. We'll see Jeremy Burrell get a touchdown catch as well here coming up.
Yeah, it's coming up right here. It's another pressure game, and Malik, that's his first read to Booby there, and that's Jeremy's nickname is Booby, but he does a nice job there getting in the end zone.
How important was it for the defense here going down the stretch with some other guys seeing some action to preserve the shutout?
Yeah, it's great to get a lot of guys in there. There's Jermaine Romer, who had a perfect day, kicking a field goal there and making all PATs. But yeah, it's great to get a bunch of guys in there. You just need a lot of depth. Injuries build up as the season progresses, and it happens every year, and so you got to be ready to play the next man up mentality. So
obviously this week on the road as you start the next month here or so on the road, taking on the Northwood Timberwolves on Saturday, and a difficult place to go play in Midland.
Yeah, one more. So my mentality is I didn't think my mentality would be this way, but the way injuries have kind of stockpiled, one more and half the season's done in the regular season. Bye week, so it's kind of split perfectly. I guess Perk Weisenberger knew what he's doing to make sure we had a bye week on week 6. But first 5 games, if we can be perfect, if we can get this one perfect, 5 games, get a little rest, regroup, and then play 5 more games. So the schedule really right now is within our comfort zone. We're pleased by having an opportunity to have 2 segments to our season.
Obviously, we've seen the last couple of weeks competition in the GLIAC. You're going to get everyone's best shot, as you will at Northwood this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. They played really hard against Northern Michigan and had a really good win this past Saturday. So, you're going to get everybody's best, and so we just got to be up to the task and finish this half of our season out the way we want it.
What have you seen from them in terms of what you need to do well coming up on Saturday to get a win?
Well, their defense is really, really brings a lot of pressure, so we need to manage that pressure. Their offense is very similar to how it's been. It's very similar to ours, too, with a lot of motions and option read plays and things of that sort. They had some big plays against Northern Michigan. They blocked a field goal for a touchdown, and then, a play and a half later, I guess, it was hitting a big one after an interception, and so they've got the potential for a quick strike, and we got to minimize those big plays.
Coach, congrats on the 4-0 start, and best of luck coming up on Saturday at Northwood at 1 o'clock.
Thanks, Rob. I appreciate it.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.